But today we're going to talk about our brothers from Morocco. Fantastic result for them. So Morocco wins 2-0, and it never looked like the game was in the hand for Spain, even though Spain had almost 70% possession. They had double the passes, but they couldn't click. Morocco's defense was very well organized, and Morocco exploited the break and their pace over everybody. So, Hody, start off. You were saying something about the goalkeeper. You wanted to give a shout out. Yeah.
No, I'm very happy to be here to be part of your team,
Yeah.
and I wish more better days to come. Uh,
Amen.
and I'm also very proud and delighted about Morocco.
Yeah, they did very well. What you were mentioning something about their goalkeeper? You were giving a shout out to him.
No, I give a shout out to Morocco's goalkeeper because if you can see, the Moroccan goalkeeper is very good on the legs, just like Rowan Williams, if you know him.
Yeah,
He
Williams.
was able, yes, he was able to build from the back, meaning they were not just kicking the ball forward, but they were building from the back so that when they lose the ball, they were able to defend as a team, if you get me.
Yeah, because they were very well organized, and I noticed that they always stayed in front of the ball when they didn't have the ball.
Yes,
it was very difficult for Spain to get his strikers to get into open space, to get in between the goalkeeper and the defense. The defense was always in front of him. So you're saying that the goalkeeper was the one who was orchestrating that building from the back. That's what you're saying. Yes. Yeah.
definitely. Because Morocco came with a plan for containing Spain for a certain number of minutes and catch them on the break. Because if you can see, Spanish defenders were very slow.
Very slow, and they're not as physical and big as the players. Even though the Moroccans aren't big, but the Spanish guys, they weren't that big and they were slow. I noticed that, and they got the first goal. They were caught off
So
on the break. Yeah, go ahead.
in many times, if you can see, uh, Morocco matched Spain in every level. They could match them with the height. They defended very compact, and they used their opportunities going forward because they had. I think there was another guy called Mama. He was causing lots and lots of problems for the Spanish team. At the 60th minute, you could see Spain is very frustrated. They didn't know what to do. It, it's unlikely to see Spain just bringing crosses. That was what they were left
No,
with,
yeah,
just
because
bringing crosses.
they usually play on the ground and pass the ball and press. I guess this under 20 team, they don't play the way the senior team plays or the way Barcelona plays. They're not using a high press style of playing. They were very pedestrian, just trying to pass the ball. Like you said, it wasn't working. They weren't able to break down the defense. Now let's talk about the first goal. The first goal was scored by I think it was by Yassir Zabiri. Very good goal. But what it was is that he caught on the counter attack, the defender on a 1v1. His pace was just too much for the defender. But a brilliant diagonal pass from Yassine. Yassine was the one who scored the second goal. Brilliant diagonal pass from him. And then once Zabiri got the ball, his pace was too much for the defender. That was the first goal. Then within 2 minutes, again, Yassine scored when someone brought it from the wing, and now Yassine came through the middle and just sort of connected from across into the goal. So I would have Yassine as the player of the match for scoring those two goals, but I guess you would have the goalkeeper. What did you think about those two goals that were scored and how they did it very quickly so that it kept them on balance, so that they didn't have to worry about playing too defensively or playing too attack since they had a 2-goal lead, all within 4 minutes?
Because because if you can look at Morocco, they did their homework very well. They realized that Spain is playing a high line.
Yeah.
If you can look at all Spanish like games, like from Barcelona to the national team, they play a very high line.
Yes, they do.
Yes, so Morocco had a plan to catch them on a counter attack,
Yeah.
which they knew that Spanish defenders would be caught flat-footed.
Yeah. And you
Yes.
know what's
So
funny?
now,
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, okay, you can ask.
No. Go ahead. Go. I'll finish up after you finish. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now, Morocco defense was very flat-footed. But the key is, like I said, the goalkeeper of Morocco played a very big role by being able to handle the ball and then distribute the ball from the back.
Yeah.
Because it drew Morocco very close to them so that they can use the space behind the defense.
So he was orchestrating. That's very good. And once that happens, I know Morocco didn't have a lot of midfield play, but they were so well organized that they didn't, even if they didn't control the ball in the midfield, they were still the players were still, the shape was very good, so that it was very hard for Spain to penetrate. But what I was going to say was, you know what's scary though? You know that guy Kubasi who plays for Barcelona?
Yes.
He's their central defender, and he's only 18. I was joking. Maybe they should have brought him to this championship. Yeah.
But if you see Spanish football, like there's no player who's special. They're all special. Like they
Yeah.
just fit in because they have a system.
And also, I've noticed one thing about Spain and in general in international football now. Any player on the Spanish team, it doesn't matter if you're a right or a left wing. They're ambidextrous and they can play from the middle. They can play left, right. Like you can switch up. Like even though this guy is Brazilian, Rafinha can play on the right.
Yes.
He can play as a false nine. He can play on the left. So what happens is that you can't tell if you're playing for Spain. You can't tell them, oh, this is the only side I can play on. They're interchangeable. But
Yeah, they can do.
Go ahead.
They can do anything. If you remember very well, on the days of the real Barcelona, like the real Spain team, when they won the World Cup.
In the Estanco, yeah.
Yes, they used to strike with Fabregas, if you remember.
Yeah, Fabregas, yeah. He's the one that set up the goal in the World Cup. No, he scored. No, he set up the goal with the pass. I was there. I was in Johannesburg when that happened. He set up the ball to Iniesta. Yeah,
to Iniesta.
Yeah, I remember that game. It was cold that day, like maybe 5 degrees or 6, 8, 10 degrees or something. I remember that game.
That year South Africa was freezing cold.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, but going back, I didn't see that type of play though coming from this team. And like you said, they played a high line, but they weren't putting pressure though. If you're gonna play a high line, you have to be putting pressure and run. Yeah.
And even their press was not that coordinated because Morocco was able to come out of the press many times.
Yeah,
because Morocco was playing a very risky football from the back, but they were able to get away with it because the Spanish press was not that coordinated.
Yeah. And like you said, the goalkeeper was coordinating things and starting build-ups. So we have to so maybe he should be the man of the match. What do you think? Yeah.
No, definitely, because if you see, for African footballs to be successful, we need good goalkeepers.
Yeah.
For every team.
Africa has probably the best under 20 goalkeeper in Africa, if not the world. He's playing in Portugal now, right? Yeah.
Or Spain. Yes, he's playing in Portugal now.
Yeah.
The only thing that I have a problem with is just it's not that comfortable on the ball. It's not that comfortable like your Rowan Williams, who can just hold the ball, relax, and then break the lines.
Okay, yeah. So that's something he might have to work on. Okay, so let's start to Morocco before we talk quickly about Nigeria and South Africa's upcoming match today. Yeah.
Look, for Morocco, I'm very impressed, and then pick up to Morocco as a country, what they are doing. It's very impressive. They were not panicking. They knew what they are doing, and they were in Spain when they prepare for this World Cup.
Yeah, and they also have two big matches coming up against Brazil and Mexico. So let's hope that they can qualify from the group. I think they can do it now, but based on how they played against Spain, they should be one of the favorites to qualify. Yeah.
For me, I think they're one of the favorites to even take the whole tournament, because I watched Brazil yesterday play against Mexico.
What was the score? Yeah.
It was a draw, 2-2 draw. They were not that impressive.
Oh, yeah. So what Morocco will have to worry then is just because I know both teams like to score a lot of goals, is just continue being sound defensively and be patient to score on the break and on the counter. Yeah, so I think that's what's going to happen. What advice would you give Morocco playing Brazil or Mexico? Yeah.
I'll say to them, they must keep doing what they're doing. They must build from the back. They should not be shy to build from the back, because this is actually to test African football, where we are with football. So they must do what they know.
The indications are that Africa's going to do well, because South Africa won the Nations Cup. I mean, won the under 20 for the CAF, and Nigeria came third or so. I think Morocco came second. So if Morocco is playing this well against Spain, it's an indicator that the African teams will be strong in this tournament. We know Nigeria always does well in this tournament, so we'll see what happens. But I'm guessing that maybe all 4 teams can qualify.